As we get older, many people begin to notice changes in their arms. The skin may start to look softer, looser, or less toned than it once did. Some people describe it as flabby arms, especially around the back of the upper arm where the triceps muscles are located. It can happen gradually over the years, often becoming more noticeable after weight gain, weight loss, or simply due to the natural aging process. But here is the encouraging part. This is not something you simply have to accept. The body is remarkably adaptable at any age. Muscles can still grow stronger, fat can still be reduced, posture can improve, strength can return, and with the right combination of movement, nutrition, and consistency, those arms can become firmer, stronger, and more toned over time. Today, I want to share a very simple approach that can help you start strengthening and tightening the backs of your arms without needing expensive gym equipment, personal trainers, or complicated workout routines. In fact, you can do these exercises right from your couch or against a wall in your own home. I'll walk you through beginner exercises, intermediate variations, and more advanced versions as well. I'll also explain why diet matters so much, why protein is important for muscle repair, and how these small daily habits can gradually transform not only your arms, but your overall health and confidence. The best part is that these exercises are practical. You can do them while watching television, talking with family, or relaxing at home. You do not need dumbbells. You do not need a gym membership. You simply need consistency and the willingness to start. Before we get into the exercises, though, there are a few extremely important things you need to understand. The first thing is nutrition. Exercise alone will help strengthen muscle. But if the body is constantly taking in excessive calories, especially from processed foods and refined carbohydrates, it becomes much harder to reduce excess body fat. When fat accumulates around the arms, it can contribute to that loose or soft appearance people often dislike. This is why diet plays such a major role. Many people do arm exercises every day, but continue eating large amounts of sugary snacks, processed foods, fast food, fried foods, and excessive calories. Then they wonder why they are not seeing visible changes. The body responds to the overall lifestyle. If you are consistently consuming more calories than your body needs, that excess energy is often stored as fat. Over time, fat can accumulate not only under the skin, but also deeper inside the body around organs. This is known as visceral fat, and it is associated with many health concerns. Reducing excess calories through healthier eating patterns can help lower overall body fat levels, which makes muscle tone more visible. That does not mean you need a harsh or extreme diet. It simply means focusing more on whole, nourishing foods, fresh vegetables, fruits, legumes, healthy proteins, fish, chicken, eggs, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats can all support a healthier body composition. Reducing ultra-processed foods, sugary drinks, excessive desserts, and refined carbohydrates can make a huge difference over time. One of the most powerful things you can do is create a moderate calorie deficit. This means consuming slightly fewer calories than your body burns throughout the day. When combined with regular movement and strength exercises, the body gradually begins using stored fat for energy. Aerobic activities also help tremendously. Walking, cycling, swimming, dancing, and other forms of cardiovascular exercise can improve circulation, increase calorie burn, support heart health, and contribute to overall fat loss. You do not need intense workouts to see benefits. Even consistent daily walking can make a significant difference over time. The second important thing is protein. Many people focus on losing weight but forget about preserving muscle. This is critical. As we age, the body naturally begins losing muscle mass if we do not actively maintain it. This process can lead to weakness, slower metabolism, poor posture, reduced balance, and softer-looking arms and legs. Protein helps counteract this. Muscles are built from amino acids, which come from protein-rich foods. When you exercise, especially during strength training, tiny microscopic stress and tears occur within the muscle fibers. This is completely normal. During recovery, the body repairs those fibers and rebuilds them stronger, but it needs raw materials to do that. Without enough protein, the muscles may struggle to recover properly. Good protein sources include fish, chicken, eggs, yogurt, beans, lentils, tofu, nuts, and lean meats. Even adding slightly more protein to your meals can support muscle maintenance and recovery. Strengthening muscle is especially important because muscle tissue burns more energy than fat tissue, even while the body is resting. In other words, stronger muscles can slightly increase your metabolism and help your body burn calories more efficiently. Now let's talk about the exercises. What I love about these movements is how simple they are. They are accessible to nearly anyone, especially beginners. You can perform them at home using only a couch or a wall. These exercises primarily target the triceps muscles, which are located at the back of the upper arm. When these muscles become weak or underused, the area can begin to appear soft and loose. By strengthening them consistently, you help create firmer, more toned arms over time. Let's begin with the beginner version. Find a couch, sofa, or sturdy chair. Sit somewhere near the middle of the couch. Place your hands beside your thighs with your palms pressing gently into the cushion. Now slowly lean backward. As you lean back, your elbows will naturally bend slightly as they contact the back portion of the couch. Once you feel that position, begin gently pressing yourself upward as though you are starting to stand up. That small pushing motion activates the triceps muscles. Then slowly lower yourself back again. Push up, lower back, push up again. The movement may seem tiny, but you will quickly notice the muscles in the back of the arms beginning to work. That is exactly what we want. There is no need to rush. Slow, controlled movement is more effective than fast, sloppy repetitions. Try performing around 10 to 15 repetitions if possible. If that feels too difficult, even 5 repetitions is a good starting point. Over time, your muscles will adapt and grow stronger. You may notice mild muscle fatigue or shaking. That is completely normal when muscles are being challenged. Now let's move to another beginner-friendly exercise. This one uses isometric contraction. An isometric exercise means the muscle is contracting without large movement occurring in the joint. Sit closer to the edge of the couch this time. Place your hands beside your body again. Now gently press downward into the couch while slightly shifting your weight forward as if you are trying to lift yourself without fully leaving the seat. Your buttocks remain touching the couch, but the triceps muscles immediately begin activating strongly. You may feel the backs of your arms tighten intensely. Hold this position for about 10 to 20 seconds if possible, then relax. Rest briefly. Repeat again. This exercise is incredibly effective because sustained muscle contraction creates strong muscular engagement without requiring complicated movement. Even beginners who cannot perform full tricep dips can often benefit from this simpler variation. If 20 seconds feels too hard, start with 5 or 10 seconds. The key is consistency. Remember, you do not need perfection. You simply need repetition over time. Now let's move toward the intermediate version. Once your arms begin feeling stronger, you can increase the challenge slightly. Sit near the edge of the couch again with your hands beside your hips. This time, slowly slide forward until your buttocks slightly lift away from the couch. Now your body weight is being supported more heavily by the triceps muscles. You can either hold this position or slowly lower and raise yourself slightly. As you lower down, the muscles lengthen under tension. As you push upward again, the muscles contract strongly. This movement builds strength very effectively. Go slowly, lower yourself a little, pause, push back upward. The slower you move, the harder the muscles work. You can also hold the lowered position for several seconds before pushing upward again. This increases muscular endurance and control. Try several repetitions. You will likely feel the muscles working intensely. That burning sensation is the muscles being challenged. Now let's move to the advanced version. The advanced variation involves increasing the range of motion. Again, place your hands beside your body and slide forward off the couch, but this time, lower yourself farther toward the floor. Your elbows bend more deeply. This creates greater tension throughout the triceps muscles. Pause briefly near the bottom if comfortable, then press yourself back upward. This requires significantly more strength, so do not feel discouraged if it feels difficult at first. Even a partial range of motion can still be highly beneficial. You can gradually increase depth and control over time. One of the best things about these exercises is that they can be adapted to nearly any fitness level. Beginners can use very small movements. Intermediate individuals can increase time under tension. Advanced individuals can increase range of motion and repetitions. Progress happens gradually, and that is completely okay. Now let's talk about another excellent option using only a wall. Wall exercises are wonderful because they reduce strain while still activating the arms and upper body. Stand facing a wall, place your hands against the wall around shoulder height. Keep your elbows bent at roughly 90 degrees. Now step your feet backwards slightly so your body leans toward the wall. Press firmly into the wall and slowly push yourself away. Then lean back toward the wall again, push away, return. This resembles a standing push-up. The farther your feet move backward, the more challenging the exercise becomes. You can also slow the movement down dramatically to increase muscle activation. As the muscles fatigue, you may notice slight trembling or shaking in the arms. That is completely normal. It means the muscles are working hard. The beauty of wall exercises is that they are extremely accessible for people who may not feel comfortable getting down onto the floor or using traditional gym equipment. Now let's discuss consistency. This is where many people struggle. They exercise intensely for a few days, then stop completely. But the body changes through repeated effort over time. Small actions repeated consistently are far more powerful than occasional extreme workouts. Even 10 to 15 minutes daily can create meaningful improvement when done consistently for weeks and months. You may begin noticing changes within the first couple weeks. Your arms may feel firmer, movement may feel easier, your posture may improve. Over time, the backs of the arms may begin looking more toned and defined. Energy levels often improve as well. Strength training is not just about appearance, it also supports healthy aging. Strong muscles improve daily function. They support joint health. They improve balance and mobility. They help protect independence as we grow older. Another important point is recovery. When muscles are trained, they need time to repair and rebuild. If your triceps become extremely sore after exercise, give them time to recover. Training every other day is perfectly fine, especially for beginners. Sleep is also important. The body repairs tissues during rest. Poor sleep can interfere with recovery, hormone balance, energy levels, and even appetite regulation. Hydration matters too. Muscles function best when properly hydrated. Drinking enough water supports circulation, recovery, and overall health. Now let's address mindset. Many people believe it is too late to improve their body once they reach a certain age. That simply is not true. The human body responds to movement at nearly any age. Muscles can strengthen, balance can improve, energy can increase, flexibility can improve. The body is always adapting to what we repeatedly ask it to do. If we stop moving entirely, the body weakens. If we challenge the body consistently and intelligently, the body adapts positively. That is why simple daily movement matters so much. You do not need perfection. You do not need expensive supplements. You do not need fancy equipment. You simply need a sustainable routine. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to do too much too quickly. They start with intense workouts that leave them exhausted or injured. Then they quit. A better approach is gradual progression. Start where you are. If you can only do a few repetitions, that is fine. If you need extra rest, take it. If you can only exercise for 5 minutes initially, begin there. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum creates transformation. Another major factor people often overlook is posture. Poor posture can contribute to the appearance of sagging arms and shoulders. When the shoulders round forward and the upper back weakens, the entire upper body can appear less toned. Simple strengthening exercises for the arms, chest, shoulders, and upper back can improve posture significantly over time. Standing taller immediately changes how the body looks and feels. Confidence often improves too. Now let's talk briefly about metabolism. Many people notice that fat becomes harder to lose as they age. Part of this is related to muscle loss. Muscle tissue is metabolically active. When muscle decreases, calorie burn may decrease slightly as well. Strength training helps preserve and rebuild muscle tissue, which supports metabolic health. Combined with healthy eating and aerobic activity, this can help the body maintain a healthier composition over time. Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is progress. Even modest improvements in strength and body composition can dramatically improve quality of life. You may find it easier to carry groceries. You may notice less fatigue climbing stairs. Your arms may feel stronger during daily activities. You may simply feel more confident wearing short sleeves again. These small victories matter, and they begin with simple daily habits. One thing I love about these couch and wall exercises is that they remove excuses. You do not need a gym. You do not need to travel anywhere. You do not need expensive equipment. You can perform them almost any time. Watching television, talking on the phone, listening to music, spending time with family. Movement can become part of daily life instead of feeling like a separate chore. Another helpful strategy is habit stacking. This means attaching exercise to an activity you already do consistently. For example, perform a set of tricep exercises during commercial breaks while watching television. Or do wall push exercises every morning before brushing your teeth. Small habits connected to existing routines become easier to maintain. Now let's discuss realistic expectations. You will not completely transform your arms overnight. Social media often promotes unrealistic timelines and exaggerated promises. Real healthy change takes time, but that is okay. The body rewards consistency. Weeks become months. Small improvements accumulate. Strength builds gradually. Fat decreases gradually. Confidence grows gradually. And eventually, those small daily actions create major visible change. It is also important not to compare yourself to others. Every body is different. Genetics, age, hormones, lifestyle, sleep, stress, and nutrition all influence how quickly changes occur. Focus on your own progress. Celebrate improvements in strength, energy, and consistency. Those are meaningful victories. Stress management matters too. Chronic stress can affect hormones, sleep, appetite, and recovery. Simple activities like walking outdoors, deep breathing, stretching, prayer, meditation, or spending time with loved ones can support overall well-being. Health is never just about one exercise. It is the combination of many small daily choices. Nutrition, movement, sleep, hydration, stress management, consistency. They all work together. Another helpful idea is tracking progress. You may not notice changes daily because they happen gradually, but if you take a photo every few weeks or simply pay attention to how your clothes fit and how strong you feel, you may notice significant improvement over time. Sometimes strength improves before appearance changes become obvious. That is normal. Strength is still progress. Now let's revisit the importance of aerobic exercise. Strength training builds and tones muscle, but combining it with regular cardiovascular movement can accelerate fat loss and improve heart health. Walking remains one of the best exercises for nearly everyone. It is gentle, accessible, and highly effective. Even 20 to 30 minutes of walking most days can support weight management, circulation, mood, and overall health. Swimming is another excellent low-impact option. Cycling works well too. The key is finding movement you enjoy enough to continue consistently. Enjoyment increases long-term success. Now let's talk briefly about aging and skin. Loose skin can sometimes occur after significant weight loss or natural aging, because collagen and elasticity decrease over time. Strengthening underlying muscle can improve the appearance of the arms, but realistic expectations are important. The goal should not be perfection. The goal is healthier, stronger, more functional arms and a stronger body overall. And remember this, strong arms are not just cosmetic. They help you push yourself out of chairs, carry objects, lift grandchildren, support posture, protect independence, maintain mobility. Strength truly matters for healthy aging. If you're just beginning, be patient with yourself. Your body may feel weak initially. Exercises may feel uncomfortable. You may shake during certain movements. That is normal. Muscles grow stronger through repeated challenge and recovery. Progress often begins slowly. Then suddenly you realize movements that once felt impossible now feel manageable. That is how transformation happens. One repetition at a time, one day at a time. Another excellent strategy is focusing on form instead of speed. Fast repetitions often reduce effectiveness and increase risk of strain. Controlled movement creates better muscle activation. Feel the muscles working. Move deliberately. Quality matters more than quantity. Breathing also matters. Avoid holding your breath during exercises. Exhale gently during the pushing phase and inhale during the lowering phase. Proper breathing helps stabilize the body and maintain control. Now imagine what could happen if you dedicated just a few minutes every day to these simple habits: healthier meals, more daily movement, a few minutes of tricep exercises, better hydration, consistent walking. Over weeks and months, the body begins responding. Arms become firmer, energy improves, confidence increases, strength returns. This is achievable for many people regardless of age. The body is designed to adapt. but it responds to repetition. That is why consistency is the real secret. Not perfection, not intensity, not fancy equipment, consistency. And finally, remember to encourage yourself instead of criticizing yourself. Many people become discouraged because they focus only on flaws, but positive reinforcement matters. Celebrate every improvement, every workout completed, every healthy meal, every walk, every repetition. Those small actions are investments in your future health. You are not just training your arms, you are building a healthier lifestyle. You are supporting your metabolism, protecting your muscles, strengthening your body, improving your mobility, and increasing your quality of life. So start today. Use your couch, use your wall, use your body weight. Start small if necessary, but start, because a few simple daily exercises combined with healthier habits can truly create remarkable changes over time. And if you stay consistent, you may be surprised by how much stronger, healthier, and more confident you feel in the weeks and months ahead.